I like the undercard. I know that it's a showcase undercard, but overall, pretty solid undercard. In fact, let's go look at it. We're obviously going to talk about, in this video, Roman Chocolatito, I don't like saying that name, Gonzalez, former pound-for-pound champion, former 108, former 112, former 118-pound champion. And he hasn't fought since he got knocked out last September, the week before Canelo Golovkin won against Sir Sept Rung Visai. TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. So let's go look at it. Let's go back down memory lane. Let's see here. It was ugly too. I have it on my DVR, but we're going to look at the Daily Motion version. It was ugly. Like, I thought he was done, and after you get knocked out and beat up like that, you have to take some time off. Everybody can't be Manny Pacquiao and be moving up all these weight divisions, Everybody can't do it.
Deal with the pace of Ron Visai. He looks slower, he looks old in there, if I'm honest. And I thought that...
Look at Ron Visai. Why are you looking at him like that? It is true. I would have been looking like, oh shit, he is fucked up.
The signs were there early that Ron Visai was going to win the contest, but Darren, no one expected him to win in that fashion.
Damn.
Wow. I mean, that was spectacular. I mean, what a division this is. I mean, that was special. Yeah, I did see some stuff early on that I thought he didn't.
In March, and there's a bit of you that feels really sad to see him sitting up there on the canvas. He's been an absolutely brilliant advocate for the little men, for the lighter divisions, but he met his match, and it was a wonderful shot from Soaring Visai. And
you just saw the pain and the hurt and the anguish in his eyes, like when he was just sitting there and then he just put his head down. That shit was crazy, man. But it is what it is. Now time to move on. He is now going back down, or he is going to remain at the 112-pound division. So let's go look at it. Well, let's look at the card first. Obviously, it's going to be Canelo versus Golovkin for the WBA, WBC. The WBA, the WBC, and the highly coveted IBO title. You're going to have David Lemieux versus Gary Spike O'Sullivan. Obviously, Jaime Munguia versus Brandon Cook. Roman Gonzalez versus Moises Fuentes. Virgil Ortiz Jr. versus Roberto Ortiz. Alexis Roca versus Carlos Ortiz Cervantes and Francisco Esparza. Cecilia Brackes was going to be on the card, but they couldn't find a suitable opponent, is what they were saying. So let's go look at Fuentes here. I was watching this fight right here, or it was only one round. This is him in the black. He had two fights with Donnie Nietes, who's going to be fighting on Superfly 3. I got a whole 3 videos to do on that back in 2014 and then back in 2013. In fact, who did he fight? I've seen him fight before. In fact, up until that point, he was still a pretty, hot prospect until he was knocked out and stopped back in 2014. Since then, he's been somewhat, especially these last few fights, several fights, somewhat of a journeyman-ish type fighter, and, should be a light touch with just 14 KOs, even though that's enough, for Roman Gonzalez. But like I said, looking at the 112-pound division, it's going to be interesting to see where he goes. And in my next video on Gonzalez versus Fuentes during Fight Week, we're going to talk about all these other champions in the 112-pound division. Because let's face it, at one, you don't want to see Jerwin and Cajas. You know, he doesn't want to see Rung Visai ever again. You know, Juan Francisco Estrada, you know, definitely don't want no issues there. You know, Donnie Niet, nah, I don't see a future for him. I mean, you know, he was a former pound for pound champion, but like I said, right now, the landscape of 115, I don't see him there. There was even talk of him going to 118 at one point in time. Crazy, right? But 112 is where he should stay. Is he a damaged fighter, you know, with a knockout like that? We're going to see. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. You know, looking at the undercard, it's not like like it's a showcase card for the fighters. You know, that's basically what it is. You know, with you know, David Lemieux, you know, is the A side over Spike O'Sullivan. You know, however, Spike O'Sullivan has a good chance to beat David Lemieux. Not saying he will, in my opinion. When it comes to Jaime Munguia versus Brandon Cook, Jaime Munguia is obviously the super favorite. You know, when it comes to Roman Gonzalez over Fuentes, he's the favorite. So when it comes to these three fights on the undercard, these three major ones, I mean, yeah, they're good showcase fights with the showcase names, but they're not necessarily fights where I'm going to say, oh, this is a really, really excellent, super excellent undercard, you know, because these fights don't really call for people to sit down and really fully analyze it. I mean, I will, but, you know, you get what I'm saying. People are still going to be moving around and, you know, getting their plates and getting their Tecates and, you know, their Coke 45s or their Four Locos or whatever they're drinking, getting ready for the main event. Please subscribe. All the links to my social media right down below in the description box. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live.